Hey guys. Yeah, I don't know where my there's my slate. Here we go. Boop, boop. Hi guys, Adam in my cave. With a bit of a model making tool here. Sitting in front of me is the Dremel Model 580 table saw. It has had this carbide blade in it for the past 30 years. I believe Mitch Romanowski gave me this table saw. And I just put a new blade in it. And here's how it sounds. Nice. And I heard that, reader, and I said to myself, self, we should clean up this table saw. So that's what I'm going to do. On this impromptu workbench, I still have to clean my shop, and I will, but it's only Thursday. I've got a whole extra day of the week. I'm going to take this apart, grease it, oil it, sand it, get all its persuasions back together. And then I know Norm has one of these too. I want to make a fence for this. Because the fact is, small tools are really useful. If you're doing dollhouse type stuff, which I'm about to do some of, you definitely want this. I don't like taking little tiny parts onto my big sled onto the table saw. And this saw cuts beautifully. It cuts wonderfully. This is a very versatile tool. So yeah, we're gonna bring a new tool into the persuasion because I have an architectural model coming up as a one-day build. I forgot all about that one. But yeah, it's coming up. I'm going to be cutting lots of thin pieces of wood, lots of little miters for small dollhouse scale stuff. This is the baby. The baby. The baby. Okay. 100 millimeter. That's the size. These go elsewhere. Okay. So let's this blade with its broken tooth, I feel like I can toss it. Done, gone, fie, away with thee. That I may remake. All right, we'll just do it right here. I don't have to. Unplugged. So let's see what it takes to pull this thing apart. He'll kick you apart. He'll kick you apart. Alexa, play Washington by Brad Neely. So, it really is a fantastic table saw. It's a spectacular little machine. I truly dig it. It's now running smoothly. Unplug it. It's running smoothly. I'm going to put a base on it is what I'm going to do. It's been covered for years with all sorts of random crap. I'm going to give it a base, and then I'm going to give it its numbers again. Oops. So, let's see here what we're doing for the base. I've got some beautiful particle board here. We're going to do it like this so I can clamp it from both sides. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Right there. Ooh, that's much prettier than I was expecting we'd be able to get that. Yeah, there's our angle finder. Woohoo! Let's put it in. Let's put it in. All right. All right, it's shaping up to be a nice thing. Let's make a sled. All right, got some sled sliders. They're a little tight, but you want them to be tight when you first make them. You don't want any movement at all. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, let's make a, that's kind of perfect, isn't it? That's perfect! Great. I'm going to do it about there, and then I can put a bunch of different stops here. Yeah, I like that. Table saw is now on a base. And it now has a sled. It's got a little bit of a tiny friction in there. Just gotta figure out where it's at. Oh, I see. That's really nice. Gotta get one more little bit of yeah. All right. So the last thing to do with a table like this is to cut it. Is to cut the slot. Cut the slot. So. Oh, yeah, let's plug it in. And then after this, I'll clean my shop. This will be perfect. Okay, so let's, when do we see it all? I've seen it all through the yellow windows. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I am going to actually turn it on and raise the saw blade up through this. You hear that? Here it comes. There it goes. This is great. Very pleased with how this all came out. It was all very smooth and lovely, and I'm going to make a cut on it because I made the whole video about building this chair and never sat in it. Sometimes the producer in me forgets to do the essential, most obvious thing. So I'm going to do that. I have made this table saw. I'm going to lift the blade to clear this cut right here, and I'm going to cut myself a nice little piece of wood. Here we go. There she goes. Dollhouse furniture all day long. I know Norm also has one of these, so we may do a project together. I know he's going to want a sled as soon as he sees this. It's also always best practice. So among the things that I did, I made myself a new kerf plate. And I rose the saw up through it. I did this because this didn't seem to be properly located. It's a funny one. And I'm not going to worry about it being not properly located. I just made myself a new kerf plate, rose the blade up through it. I also added a spring so the blade pulls itself back down. Before, it didn't have a spring, and so it just used gravity. And when it got out of cattywampus, the whole thing torqued. So when I took it apart, I straightened out a bunch. There we go. There's always that last little bit that has to go. Great. So spring return. I flattened the top. I gave it some stoning, and it came out. It's really nice and flat. Then I made the table, the sled. And then lastly, I put a base on it. This is now a very useful piece of kit. So I'll find a proper place for it to live in the cave for when I need it. Maybe in the corner over there where all the small tools are. I thought about covering over the backside, but it didn't make any difference in terms of the sound. I'm really happy. This has been sitting on the floor for like 5 weeks waiting for me to deal with it and do this business to it. And now I need some more 100mm blades, 100mm blades with the proper arbor so that I can order some more. In fact, that's why I'm going to take this one home so I can order it. Anyway, I think that's everything. Now it's time to clean up. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. One of the most difficult things I have ever done in my life was write this book, which I did in 2018, released it in 2019. And I've been noticing as I do the cons and sign autographs, a lot of people are bringing purchased copies of my book for me to sign. So we thought, let's make them available at adamsavage.com. This one was ordered by Zachary for his friend David for his birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, there we go. Everyone's different. AdamSavage.com.